Hey Brad, in this video I'm going to be doing a review on the Nicecnc fuel mixture screw. This is basically a fuel mixture screw that I found on Amazon. It's about like a $12 fuel mixture screw, a little bit cheaper than some of the $20 screws that you might find on other websites. But I figured I'd give it a shot. So a $12 mixture screw had free shipping, so I figured I'd give it a shot. So I already have my factory mixture screw out here. And if you need any help on how to get this out, basically getting the plug out of your carburetor, I do have another video. I'll try to put a link up top here, but basically where you remove the plug so you can remove this screw or adjust the screw. Now the new one isn't necessary. I'm gonna open it up real quick here, but it does make it a lot easier to adjust. So this is how it comes in the packaging here. It's got this cover over it here. So this is the new mixture screw, the Nicecnc brand. See if it'll adjust in there. And it does come a little different looking than the stock one. So I kind of want to address a couple things before I install it. Then I'm going to put it in my bike, adjust it, and ride it for about a week and make sure everything works properly before I finish this review. But difference right out of the box is, it might be hard to see on camera here, but the factory mixture screw comes like this. It basically has one washer on the top here and one O-ring on the top there. Now I noticed this one comes with the O-ring on the bottom, and I think this is just for shipping purposes, but O-ring on the bottom sandwiched or with two washers there. And I kind of did some measurements, and there's no instructions on this thing or anything, but I think I figured out what we got to do with it to have it correct. I did measure the spring is the same length as the factory one here. And let me kind of scroll down and zoom in on these. So yeah, the spring's the same length, but I did notice the machine part here is slightly shorter on the factory one. This machine part here. So that's where this extra washer comes in. So if we take this part off here, the O-ring's gonna have to come off as well, because the O-ring should go on the end. Let me just try to get these off of here. Alright, if I do that, so I'll remove the stuff from the factory one. And how the factory one goes. So if I measure this from here to here, and then I measure the new one from here to there, I have about a washer's difference in length longer. So what I think the extra washer is for, I'm going to put it on my bike and run it to make sure everything works properly with this, is the extra washer is going to go on like that before the spring. And then when I measure that, get my measurements in here, it comes out to be the exact same length as the factory one for this machine part right here, going from there to there. As far as comparing the needle part on the end there, they are the same looking. So everything looks okay there. The cut all looks the same, so that looks good there. So what we're gonna do is we'll put that washer there. We'll make that part the same length. This is an extended screw, so this part is gonna be the part that sticks out, makes it easier for us to adjust. And that's the whole point of this mod, is just to have it easier to adjust carburetor. I'll use the new spring from the new one. They measured out to be the same, so I'll put the new spring on there like that, and then we'll put one of the other new washers on. I'll stick it to my hand there above the spring, because that's how the factory one will go. The washer goes above the spring, and then the O-ring on the very top of all that. So yeah, just a note, if you buy one of these out of the box, it's not going to come assembled in the correct way. So you'll have to, I think they just do that so it doesn't all fall off in shipping or anything like that. So this is how I'm going to assemble it in the bike, and that comes out to be about the same measurements as the stock one. One more thing to note with it, I was thinking I would have to make a mark on it so I knew how many turns I was out, but it does come Let me see if I can get this on camera here with a flat spot here on the top of the screw part. So kind of hard to see, but there's a flat spot there. So we'll be able to tell how many turns out we are. Before on my stock one, we were about 1.5 turns out. So I'll see after I get this one adjusted if that one will also be 1.5 turns out. But that's pretty much it. We just got to put it back on the bike now, and we'll see how it goes. All right, I'm going to screw it in until we stop, and then I'm going to start with 1.5 turns out, and I'll do an adjustment from there. Alright, with it threaded all the way down, the flat spot kind of ended up right here, which is a nice place to start, so I can kind of view how far out my adjustment screw is. So pretty good there. So I'll start with the 1.5 turns out, and then I'll adjust everything and make sure my idle is good at 1500 RPM as well. Alright, so I got the bike warmed up, everything adjusted pretty well. It's about 1.5 turns out, so I do have my RPM up a little bit here. I'm going to pull my RPM back down, make sure everything is running right. And we want about 1500 RPM. That's about good for me, just a little over 1500, I'll take that. And it's running nice and smooth. So yeah, I ended up about 1.5 turns out, just like my other mixture screw. And then about, you know, if you want to be at 1500 RPM, just right about 1500 RPM idle when the bike is fully warmed up. So yeah, we're fully warmed up and good, and that's about it. So I'll test this for about a week and make sure nothing loosened up or anything weird with it, but I mean, it seems like a good low-cost option as far as fuel mixture screws go here. Alright, I've had the Nicecnc fuel mixture screw for in about 2 weeks now. Everything's all good. It hasn't moved at all from its location or anything like that, so everything's been all good with it. So I mean, I feel like it's a good affordable option for a fuel mixture screw. So I mean, so far I can give it a good, I can give it a 5-star review. So it only had one review on Amazon. It was just a 5-star review with nobody saying anything about it. So I'll end up leaving another review on there, but I feel like it's all good. No issues with it. All the adjustments have stayed the same, so I'm happy with it. Give me a like if you like this video, if you found this video helpful, and also subscribe to find out more DR650 mods and stuff like that.